My name is Leon Lombard. Yeah, I grew up, I was born in a town called King Williamstown in the Eastern Cape. And shortly after I was born, we moved to a town called Western Cape. And then I finished school at Huguenot High School in Wellington. And from there, I got conscripted to the army. I think in my second year at SSB, I decided that I really enjoyed this. And then I decided to join permanent force. So I had the privilege to stay in the military as a professional soldier for 17 years. I retired with the rank of a Lieutenant Colonel in 1998.
I'm very new to I'm ex-military here in Australia, but I'm just keen to get an understanding of the squadron and the regiment structures and what stood out for you in the squadron regiment.
So in South Africa, a regiment normally consists of 3 squadrons, an armoured car regiment. It's got 3 squadrons, as we call it, and then the supporting elements that support those 3 squadrons. Where in an infantry battalion, you will have companies. One SSB back in the day, those years, because we had so many conscription guys coming in, I think we had from A squadron through to E squadron. And plus the support squadron, which has got all the chefs, the clerks, and the truck drivers. But typically, having 5 squadrons, only 2 of them would be assigned to border duty, to go to the border and serve there. Even though they had 5 squadrons, only B and C squadron was assigned to go to border in November of 1980.
And with conscripts, did you find it difficult to manage those people versus those that wanted to be there? You mentioned that you enjoyed your time as a conscript and then chose to be a professional soldier. How did you balance the professional soldiers and the conscripts? Because I'm imagining some of the conscripts just didn't want to really do what didn't want to really be in that area.
So in South Africa, it was compulsory to do military service. Yeah, when you left school, you went to the military or postponement of that, and you were allowed to go and study. Or if you went to the police force or you went to the prison services, after your 2 or 3 years or 5 years of studying, you had to go back and you had to go do your military service as well. There was no getting away from it. You get classified when you walk in, you go through quite a thorough medical, and you are assigned that the best one could be G1K1. G1K1, then medically fit, and you can basically do anything. And then it used to go G2, G3. Most of the guys that came in were G1K1, and they were young, fit South Africans. Bullets couldn't hurt them. You break a soldier down as far as possible, and then you build him up through good discipline and good training. Most of the people, they believe what they're doing is the right thing, they're doing it for the right cause. And then, of course, there was always the thing that everybody who joined in the military, in the operational unit, that would be, was going to go to the border. So if I'm busy training a guy, or I tell him, you must be able to run 2.4 kilometers in 12 minutes. I say, if you can't do it, then, when we go to the border, you're probably going to come back in a jiffy bag. And that's quite a good motivation. If I tell you, you do what I say, or you're going to come back dead, very few people will argue that. I think we gave very good training. About June, July of my second year, I realized, this is for me. I love the discipline, and the physical training, the part of it, and going to the border and all that. It really appealed to me. And so I joined permanent force. But for most of the guys, the young lads, they came in, they couldn't wait for the 2 years to pass. They could get out of there. In those days, 40 days was a big event for those fans. Most people, I think now, if you ask them, they'll say it was the best time of their life that they don't want to repeat. That's, if I bump into an old soldier now, most of them say that. And, shooting guns and driving around in armored cars and shooting wrecks, it just somehow appealed to me and to average South African.